So, we're going to be looking at some NFL draft potential trades. These are based on some rumors I've seen and some things that I would expect to happen in this draft. First one of the biggest talk about rumors that I've been seeing. This is one that makes very much sense to me. I really think that the Dolphins are going to try to trade up. The Lions trade back to the Dolphins. They move back 2 spots. They acquire another first-round draft pick, and the Dolphins grab Tua. The Dolphins have been linked to Tua for a long time. I think there's a lot of teams behind the Dolphins that would be willing to trade up to try to get him. Yes, there's the injury concerns, but he's a very talented quarterback who could be a franchise changing quarterback for whoever nabs him. So I'm going to say the Dolphins trade up to the Lions, and the Lions have been open about trading back. So this is just a match that I really saw instantly. The second trade, if that happens, I would expect the Giants to try to trade back to either the Panthers or the Chargers. The Panthers and Chargers both are looking for quarterbacks. Yes, there's free agency, but to me, Justin Herbert could be a very talented quarterback in this league. He has a very good frame. I think the Chargers a little bit more would want to invest in Herbert. I think that the Panthers, they do have Cam Newton, but I don't know if the Panthers would be willing to really give up a lot of assets, as they are probably going to be rebuilding their defense a lot the next year. And I also think that Herbert would fit better with the LA Chargers than the Panthers to me. And for the Giants, this would be the perfect scenario because sitting there at 4, you potentially want to tackle. You could definitely trade back into that 6 or 7 spot, get a tackle. Potentially you trade back to 6. Maybe you want Simmons. You could still get Simmons there, in my opinion. It's just a very good trade scenario for all sides included. Next one. Outside of the top 3 quarterbacks, I think the next guy up would be Jordan Love. He's kind of a boom or bust type project, in my opinion. He's going to be very developmental, but he has a very good skill set. I think the Colts see something in him, especially at the Combine. They got to pass up the Raiders to try to get him. I think that there could be a possibility where the Colts call the Jets up. They say, hey, let me move up 2 spots. Let me grab my quarterback. And the Jets trade back, potentially get another 3rd or 4th draft pick, maybe a 2nd if they're lucky. I think a 2nd would be too much for that type of trade, but maybe they would get another 3rd. And the Jets are definitely trying to add depth. So this is a very good trade for both sides. Now the last one, I could not figure out which team would trade back, but I highly anticipate the Eagles to potentially try to trade up. They've been very aggressive over the last few years in the drafts. 2 guys that I think they're going to hone in on: Henry Ruggs at the wide receiver position and C.J. Henderson at the cornerback position. I thought about having them trade with the Broncos. I thought that would be a very good fit for both sides. The Broncos traded back last year, and I think that they would be open to trading back again to getting more draft capital. I think that the Eagles definitely want to try to get Ruggs, and if they want to do that, they have to get past definitely the Raiders. I think that the Raiders are a team sitting there at 19 that would take Ruggs if he's there, but also potentially the teams behind them, maybe like the Bills. Maybe the Bills try to trade up. Maybe the Saints, maybe they want to get a top-notch wide receiver. Those teams are all a possibility. So the Eagles, in my opinion, are going to be aggressive in trying to trade up. Thank you again for watching, guys. Enjoy the Combine this week, and we'll see you guys next week on Mock Draft Monday.